EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, leave, my boy.
This one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Uh-oh.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Trucks over it. There's another truck. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. We'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to come to the way.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Throwing, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Let's go now.
Hurts throwing right away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Look at the big fella go. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradley. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
That's back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Running wide side, Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
We're scoreless after 1. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those 2 in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Brown, a 7-yard touchdown Brown. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of Anna.
No, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Eagles have recovered. They had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught at the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hey, check that, street.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, let's face it. Not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Like certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On second down, Elliott. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Elliott. That'll go as a pickup of 8. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Prescott on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
From the 17, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
On 1st and 10, now the ball comes loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Jalen Hurts out to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest.
And he's going to be brought down. Back in his own 6-yard line.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this.
And now here's another interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 25 yards to the house. And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown! Quez Watkins, 34 yards. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And some room to maneuver. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 57 yards. Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Steps away to his left. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. 105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover. The statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
Oh, shit. Holy shit.
What would you do if it was 4th and 25 from your own?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
This one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, break.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts.
And incomplete to open things up.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts eluding the pressure right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Hurts. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself,
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to get possession as they force the opening drive turnover.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
From the 38, Hurts. Left side here to Sanders.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Sanders will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Sanders again, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Prescott looks to throw on first. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Come on now. Over the middle, zone coverage where all the eyes are back to the quarterback so they see the ball thrown. How do they get that completed?
Well, they got the hand on it. They tipped it. Just a lucky play for the offense, right?
It was, and for the defense, almost demoralizing. That's one that they should have because they see that play developing all the way through.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. This is caught. Yeah, the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott runs into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. There he goes right side. The 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. They'll turn to Sanders. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Oh, a nice spin. Solid stiff arm. And down inside the 15 he goes. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
A heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Throwing is Hurts.
Dancing to his left. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is fielded at the 27.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Hey, check that, street.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Hurts. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
The end result, 21 yards. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Prescott.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. And even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another run with Sanders. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Hurts. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They'll
they'll try and throw for it with Hurts. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.